There we go.
Yeah! Here we go!
Boom, we're back. Week 1 has officially hit, not week 0. You guys didn't get a chance to play in the week 0. Junior, do you wish you would have played in the week 0?
It is kind of nice. We played in week 0 last year, and it gets you an extra bye week, I'm pretty sure. So it has its perks, and you get to start camp earlier, and you finish earlier before all your friends. So there's definitely the perks to it. But, I am excited for week 1, man. It's going to be a great game week, and it's finally upon us, man. It's exciting.
So we got to watch week 1 of college football. I was going to say Notre Dame because they're playing in Ireland. Did you watch any of College Game Day? Did you see Seamus?
No, dude, I did. I knew that he picked Georgia Tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen that. And but I didn't get to see the full thing, man. I was kind of upset. We had practice that morning, so kind of woke up, went to the facility. I was kind of seeing the highlights. I know Pat McAfee was pretty drunk the night previous. Had a few too many Guinnesses. So it looked pretty lit, though. It looked pretty lit.
They let Joe Tessitore on the live broadcast, and I don't know who his co-partner was on the color commentary, but they had Guinness at halftime. And dude, you could tell they were fiending, you know what I mean? You're practicing all week, all these notes and everything. You finally get to the game, what's going to happen. Let these guys get hammered, Joe Tessitore drunk would still be a good Joe Tessitore.
They were in some lines, man, during that game. It was just good, man. College football is back. It just feels right. It's cool that they started off in Dublin. There's just something. It's nice, bro. Fans travel, and it was still the same college football in Dublin.
It was a home game for Florida State. I mean, yeah. I think it's just the chant mixes well with what they do out there in the soccer chants, the constant. Bro, it was loud, but they were unfazed. And I guess, shit, dude, I was telling Kiki, is this the first year that college football rankings don't matter, similar to how college basketball rankings don't matter?
That's actually a really good take, dude. Low key, they don't hold that. I mean, it holds weight. Don't get me wrong. But now that there's 12 teams, bro, you could really slide in. If you're unranked, you could slide in maybe 4 weeks and get into that college football playoffs with just a few big wins. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it holds as much value as it once did. Being that top 10, you're all right, well, now you're in the mix. Well, being in the top 25, you're very much in the mix.
Yeah, and this is a prime example of both sides, right? Where Florida State benefits greatly from being able to now come back throughout the entirety of the season and bolster a record for themselves. Georgia Tech, they have a long. I didn't realize this, and I wish I would have done some sort of power rankings. The ACC is the conference that is just loaded with teams that I expect to be on the bubble that could really make some noise.
I don't know about that take, man. I did not know. I just feel the ACC, every year it's always somebody beats up on another team. The really good team loses to a really bad team. I don't know. I just feel there's a lack of consistency in the conference that just kind of always, I guess, undershadows what they do throughout the whole season.
Very true, especially if all the other conferences maintain the status quo. The Ohio States take care of business, the Georgias, Michigan, and you go on down the list. As long as they take care of business, then they don't provide that parity that the ACC just constantly has. And the reason why I bring it up is because the ACC has a lot of quarterbacks that are older. And I think that bodes really well with, especially what we're talking about here. When I go to put in my March Madness bracket, the reason why I had NC State winning the whole thing. I mean, and we make it all the way down to the Elite Eight, iconic run. But they had a whole bunch of old transfers that came together, and it's like a version of a pro team.
No, for sure. I mean, it's really good play. The ACC has really good play. I just think it's a lack of consistency in there and just kind of that one powerhouse that just runs it. I mean, it was once Clemson, but I mean, we're going to find out if they could regain that throne. Because we did think it was Florida State, and that ended in week 0.
Yeah, I think they could still make a run. I mean, here's the thing that I want to ask you. I mean, we talked about travel last week. You're starting off week 0 in Dublin, school starting back at home. You know you have an entire football season. Like, I saw a team in Florida State that just looked like tired, disconnected. The defense wasn't tackling. And I mean, when I bet in the NFL, I look at teams when they go to London. I'm like, this has a huge impact.
No, for sure. They're trap games, man. Like, you go out there, there's so many distractions, and you gotta think these kids are 18, 19, 20, first time ever possibly going out of the country. Like, it's a trap. You go out there, you want to go out, you want to have a Guinness, you want to see what the hype is about, and so it's very scary. Like, because like what happened yesterday, a good team in Florida State got upset by another good team in Georgia Tech, but like, who knows, man? They could have been out partying a little bit too hard, a little too many Guinnesses the night prior. Next thing you know it, you're losing on a field goal kick to Georgia Tech.
After your kicker does the unthinkable, I had to call Kiki. And I mean, this college football could not have started off with a better game. Like, this was a legitimate, it was the only good game. Oh, no. The rest, there was some other good games throughout the day. But I mean, when you talk about like quality of team mixed in with the parity, this game had it all. Florida State's kicker kicks a 52-yarder and a 59-yarder. I mean, I have never seen a kicker like that in college with that much confidence week 0. Like, that's insane. Yeah, he might not miss. Dude. Like, if you start off like that, you might not miss a kick the rest of the year.
The confidence is through the roof. Like, yeah, you just are like, put the ball in my hands and I'll do, or put the ball in my feet, I should say, and I'll do the rest.
I mean, shouts out to that kid. And this was a game for the kickers. Georgia Tech's kicker comes down and wins it. Some other notable
punter was from Ireland.
Yeah,
Have I been saying Dublin? Is that the same place?
Dublin, Ireland. Ireland's the country. Okay. Dublin's the city. Yeah, you're good. I
was like, dude, did I blow it? We might have to restart the
episode. No, there's I confuse those two a lot. So I did see that the punter was from there. Cameron thought it was Ryan Fitzpatrick that used to play quarterback for the Bills, which had me confused. But there was a lot of other good games yesterday. I watched New Mexico do the New Mexico thing. New Mexico loses to Montana State in the last minute and a half of the game. I mean, you can I'll tell you one thing. There was a guard, and I might be able to find this clip. New Mexico on that final play on 3rd down. If they get the first down, it's over. The receiver drops it, and the guard like crawls down and is like, no, because he knows, bro, that Montana State is about to take that shit and finish them. Some teams you could just see it.
Well, they know, dude. Like, I could bet you money that New Mexico team knew if they didn't get that win yesterday, it's going to be very, very hard for them to get a win all season. And like, it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah,
it's hard when you don't have a good team. You're just scratching for any type of win possible.
There is very little hope for that team. I'll never forget going to New Mexico to watch you play. That was fun to see how the other side lives. And then at the very end of the day, we have Reno. And I'm going to take just 30 seconds here to be like, Adidas, why are you doing Reno so dirty? They have zero swag. They have had no swag for the last 25 fucking years. Adidas, pull your head out of your ass and give them something cool, man. They have the worst uniforms.
They could do so much too, dude. They could do so much, and they just dropped the ball. And it just, I don't know, dude. The jerseys just look massive. Like it doesn't look good, bro. It doesn't look good.
The jerseys look massive. They really do.
Like, damn, bro. It's bad. It's really bad. Like we're in college football, Division 1. These kids look like they're wearing dresses out there. Like, get them fitted to the players at least. Shit.
Is there any other takeaways that you have from week 0 before we dive into the game prep for this week?
I have learned that I love to watch FCS in the South. FCS in the South. I watched South Alabama versus SEMO yesterday, and I seen some of the biggest hits I've ever seen on the college football field, man. This quarterback got helicoptered so bad that I shouldn't laugh about it, but he had to get taken off the field, dude. And it was an incredible hit. Incredible. And then I seen it targeting. There was a lot of good stuff that went on in that game. And it feels good because it's like, all right, this is college football, man. We are so damn back right now.
Aren't you glad that you chose football? Like for a long time, you were playing football in other sports. And now you finally get to, because you just brought up 2 blatant violations, disrespecting people's families, trying to inflict harm on other people. You're a psycho. Yeah, this sport is made for you.
Yeah, it kind of builds that inside of you, man. It's a good thing though, I think. I mean, you kind of have to be when you're on the football field. You have to be a psycho. If not, dude, you're just gonna get ran over.
Yeah, you'll get embarrassed. The non-psychos get exposed. So if you aren't a psycho, what you're saying is don't play FCS in the South.
No. Not built for you. Not built for you.
So a team that is in the South that you guys will be playing week 1. Let's get into it. The Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. I think we're going to make this as short and sweet as it needs to be. They are coming off one of like what could be considered like the worst seasons you could possibly have. They get 2 wins. From what I'm hearing, the fact that they got 2 wins means that they're on the up and up. We've seen plenty of football. We know where this program probably is. In the all-time matchups between Arkansas and Arkansas Pine Bluff, Arkansas is 11-0. Junior, your thoughts on watching some of the APB tape?
They play hard, man. They play hard. It's hard to tell, bro, because literally they only have like 2 people returning from last year on defense, or they have like 3 people, and they're all 3 of them are the DNs, and one of the guys got injured like in the second game, so there's barely any tape on him. So we're really only watching like 2 people right now. But they play hard, man. They play hard. Play the game the right way. They play the game the right way.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I always just like to put in people's heads is like this is their Super Bowl to start the season. And and so, a lot of the people that have been covering Arkansas football are, I'll just be honest, the public opinion is the killer instinct needs to be shown in the first half, or there will be some serious doubts as to how your guys' season would progress. What would you say to that?
No, that's very fair. And I think with a lot of the transfers that we have coming in, like we've been in the position of UAPB. Like we've been that group of 5 school playing that. For me, at least, it was USC, it was Auburn, where this is a Super Bowl. You get that win, and it's like, all right, you know what? Like, we're going to be all over ESPN. Like, we're going to be that story for the day. So I think we have the mindset of, this is just another week for us. We're going to go out there, and I think our offense is going to put on a show, man. We're going to put on a show.
That was one of your players' exact quotes from a press conference like last week. Who was that?
I think, trying to think. Might have been one of the running backs.
I got you.
Rashad Dominion? I don't know. I do not know. But I did hear that. And I think that's just kind of sums up our offense, man. Like, it's a fun-ass offense, bro. You're going to see it. You're going to see it.
I'm stoked for it. I think the defense is also going to perform at a high level. These are obviously things that you can't control. I ideally would like to see your punter week 2. And your kicker only kicking. Maybe it would be cool, like late in the first half, we see a 60-yarder. 59 has been done this year. Does he have 60 in him? What's the target line, Junior? What's the target line for week 1? You guys need a field goal. Target line is?
Dude, honestly, I could not tell you. And I should know. Because I am on field goal. But I really do not know. Like, I mean, he's been putting it great. He's been hitting the ball good. But it's like one of those things where it's like it happens at the end of practice. And like at that point, dude, you're just like, we're going home right now. We're gonna do 2 field goals. We're gonna do our little movement, boom, boom, and we're out of here. So I mean, yeah, I'm focused, but at that time you're just kind of having some conversations, just having a good time with the guys around you, just kind of making the most of the end of practice.
I like it. And I mean, I guess the target line, if he is booting it, we'll just say like the 40-yard line. You get to 40, 47, so it's like a 57-yarder.
He's been
maybe.
Man.
Yeah. So, I mean, not saying that that'll be needed in this game. Just thought it would be a funny question. Uniform combination.
I do not know. I know we have to wear red, right? I think we wear red. I really do not know, dude.
Nothing special.
One of the weird ones.
Special for this game.
We don't really have much special. We either have red or we either have white. There's not much.
You guys are the Penn State. You guys are the Penn State of Arkansas.
We do have a white helmet, but I think that's gonna be pulled out later on in the season.
Yeah, maybe this is the year for special uniforms.
Hey,
I don't know.
Well, I talked to the equipment staff, and I guess there's like a long, big process that they have to go through the university, and they have to get whatever it is. It goes through a bunch of different stuff, and so it takes a while for you to even get a special uniform. It's not like San Jose where the equipment staff can be like, I'm gonna just order 100 jerseys and we're gonna have a cool uniform for week 6. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, is that really how it worked at San Jose?
I mean, I'm assuming so. I'm sure there's not much of a process to get a new uniform. I think the university could give 2 shits on what we do. But I think here there's such a tradition with, the classic, authentic, this is what Arkansas wears, which I like. There's tradition.
Yeah.
But, let's bring some flashback.
Yeah, I think you guys have definitely, the jerseys have evolved. I mean, if you went back to a throwback jersey, I mean, and obviously not the same style or cut, but the colorway and the scheme and everything, it's very interesting because once you're at that level, one of the things that I noticed, and I don't understand why we're talking about uniforms so much this episode, because it irks me. Did you watch the Bishop Gorman St. Thomas Aquinas episode yesterday?
The helmets.
Bro.
The helmet.
Okay, you gotta have the same fucking color helmet. You can't have a gold helmet and a yellow uniform. They looked ugly.
It pissed me off, dude. I seen it. It made it hard for me to watch the game because I was like, dude, what are we doing here? I felt like I was watching high school. I was like, come on.
That's a horrible move. That's a horrible move. I cannot believe that. But anyways, we've talked about APB. We want you guys to take care of business. We feel like you guys are going to take care of business. I feel like when we have this conversation next week, it is going to be a lot more in depth about, what that Oklahoma State team looks like, especially after they have a rather easy week 1 as well. So when we hit you on the other side, we are going to be going with the NASCAR segment. We're going turbo through some of the hottest topics from this week. See you on the other side. Buena Vida Chiropractic. I mean, it's one of the best. I've heard that it was almost named the Crack House, thus tying back into the joke from last episode. That made me feel good that they were thinking that was a good name.
Yeah, I guess he got the question quite often, which surprised me, dude. Like, I guess it's a common joke, but I mean, being around Dr. Anthony, you can crack those kind of jokes. It's always a good time, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see him when I go down to the game September 13th. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Check him out.
That's gonna be fun.
We get some crack.
You nervous at all?
To get my back cracked?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like no. Okay. For some people,
I don't know. When he does my neck, that might freak me out.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. It definitely is a little bit scary, but it feels great, man. It feels great.
They really get like that. How do you train on people for like they have dummies?
I'm sure they have to have dummies, man. That like
they just be snapping them.
It's very serious. Like you could do one wrong thing and you're fucked for life.
You're just you're done, bro. Okay, so we're gonna go with the NASCAR segment today. Since APB is giving us kind of like a rather easy week, we are going to just speed through these hot topics from this past week. We already covered Deion Sanders and the interaction that he had with a reporter. But Junior, did you see what happened with him post that interaction?
No, elaborate a little bit more, please.
The reporter that worked for the Denver Sun was banned from asking Deion Sanders any questions at any press conferences from now till the end of the year. The reporter is still able to go to all the Colorado football media, press conferences. He could ask questions to everybody else. But as far as Deion Sanders goes, he is unable to interact with him. He is banned from asking Deion Sanders questions. Junior, when I read this headline, I was shocked. I want your initial thoughts on the headline, and then I'll explain to you how this actually worked.
I think the situation that Deion puts himself in, you can't do that, man. You open yourself up to this world of media and you kind of built your brand around media, and now you're going to start censoring certain people. I feel like it's just very wrong. And like coming from a kind of journalistic background, like that journalist, like he needs those stories. And now he's not getting the angle that he wants. And so it's just kind of messed up, man. And I think Deion should, he can answer the questions. How bad can they be? Trust me. Like I feel like Deion has seen every question like in the world. Why can't this guy keep asking you questions? I'm not a fan.
So I feel the same exact way. And so that we give him proper, credibility here. It's Sean Keeler from the Denver Post. The ban did not come from Deion to this columnist, Sean Keeler. The ban came from the university. And this kind of further explains that when Deion signed the contract to be the coach at Colorado, he wrote in there that he would only speak to mutually agreed upon parties. And I would imagine Deion kept a mental note, highlighted section 13.4 and was like, oh yeah, as soon as I don't like you, I'm done speaking with you. And I mean, I know we were talking when we brought this up the first time, does this hurt his kids or anything? To be honest, screw it. I'm past that now. I mean, this just hurts the way Deion is looked at as a coach. I just feel like everybody's going to be kind of walking on eggshells now. Who silences the media? Communist countries. Communist countries silence the media, right? So I don't know if Deion is trying to go Colorado communist, but that's what happens. Free speech stops.
This could be the first sign of Colorado going down. I'll say it, dude. Like I said it last year. I said it on the podcast that we did together. I felt like they weren't going to have a good offensive line. I feel like there was going to be holes in the offense. And what happened? That's exactly what happened. You had no protection, and you had to have a good low line. I haven't watched enough videos of them and enough videos of their practices this year like I did last year, because it was just comical last year. It was jokes. The way everything was ran, like it was put on for a TV show. And so I don't know what's going to happen this year. I'm hoping they have a big year, because if not, dude, the Colorado ship could be sinking very fast.
I'm loving where you took that. And because I don't think it could be any more accurate. I think they have built exactly what you need to build when you are filming everything and you want to make it look cool, and you got to have all these pieces in place. Of course. And hopefully the recruits, pan out the way that people say they will. They said they addressed a lot of the O-line concerns. We will find out. Who do they play week 1?
Is it Nebraska again? But I will say, yeah, their strength of schedule,
they play North Dakota, and then they play at Nebraska. Okay. That's the game that will be the true test.
That crowd's going to be rocking in Nebraska too.
One game I have 100% circled versus Utah in November. That's going to be electric. And then they close the season off with Oklahoma State. So, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be a fun game to watch. I think Dion, you got to be careful with, how big you let this get out of control. Because had you just let it go, like we were past that story, I was never going to talk about that again. But now you do this, and it makes all of us in the sports media talk about you again. And then the very last thing I'll leave you with this isn't the first time Dion has done this.
Really?
They said that he did this. They said that he also had done something similar to this at Jackson State.
I will say, dude, I think once his son gets drafted, I think he could be done coaching. I have heard rumors of it, and I've heard a lot of chit chatter. Even when I was in the portal, a lot of people were talking about it. They're once his sons make it to the draft, he's done coaching. And this is kind of a whole almost let me get my sons up to that next level. I could be wrong, but I have heard that before. And so, maybe you could be you know what, screw it. I'm going all out. I'm doing what I want. This is my last year. My son's going to be a top 10 pick. Let me just let it all out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the issue with this is, though? And this will be the last thing that before we go on, because NASCAR is starting to turn into, I don't know, what's the opposite of NASCAR? Dion, he's got to realize when the show is not about you anymore, my man. If you really want it to be about your kids, there is a lot better ways of promoting them, in my opinion, other than making sure that the camera's constantly on you.
Definitely.
There's a lot of coaches in college football that nobody knows at all.
Yeah.
They let the players shine. That's all I'll say. What's our next? Junior. Yeah. NIL deals. Hit us with the next segment.
Yeah, dude. So there's been this new craze going around with NIL deals and private jets. I know that the Ole Miss quarterback started it. Dart started it. And then who else?
Beck.
Somebody else going. Carson Beck.
Yep.
I think maybe the Texas dude might have gotten one. Now the Arizona quarterback and the wide receiver have combined to get. I don't even know how this shit works, dude. I'm trying to explain it, but it's I don't even know. Do they just are hey, let me ride on the private jet, or how the heck does this even work?
Yeah. So based on what I was reading, it said that they would be able to use it for travel hours for philanthropic, personal, and team use. Philanthropic being going to do fundraising events to generate money. They're allowed to use the jet to go to those. Personal use, obviously. I mean, I think, you got to be careful with how personal that you get into that, because private jets aren't cheap. I mean, based on what I understand, actually, this is a literal Google away. How expensive is the cheapest
private
jet flight? All right. Let's see what Google says here. Oh my gosh, how many things?
I don't know, dude. Maybe like 10,000? Is that
$7,500 an hour?
Wow.
And that's usually about less than 6 hours. But I've heard that it also goes up. So, and then that's per client. So it could be like $48,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So how are they getting these is a great question. I don't know what NIL company that they've signed with, but like, that dude's doing good.
Yeah, no, they're for sure doing good. I think it's honestly just people just trying to get their company logo out there. Like, they realize that they're maybe going to give these people like 3 flights. If they win the Heisman, they'll obviously set them down to New York on the private jet. But I think it's just basically just trying to get their logo out there, which, I mean, I don't blame them. It's smart. It's a smart little advertising technique. You realize that the whole college football is going to be seeing it because it's absurd.
Yeah, and this is where it's interesting, because now that the NIL exists, schools can fund their players. This is like where the trades come in a lot of the time from big time companies, and they're like, all right, we're willing to send you this, or we're willing to, give you these things, as opposed to here's $100,000, like those type of deals. What is more impressive? Because I already know people would say it's the Jets. Okay. If I had an NIL deal of somebody giving me $100,000, which would probably be a lot thinner of a stack than you probably would think, or you have a private jet deal, what is cooler?
Oh, dude, that's tough. Because, like, and all realistically, how often are you using the private jet?
That's what I'm saying.
Not that often. But the promo video, that's a lifetime. Of you just sitting on a private jet, you walking on the private jet. Like, that's true. That's pretty badass. Like, that's
true.
I'm taking the private jet. Just for the simple fact of the advertisement video is going to be so badass. And I'm going to be able to look back on this 10 years from now and be like, hey, I had a private jet. I had a private jet if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Junior, you're very closely tied with Arizona. Because your San Jose State coaches and players, a lot of them migrated to Arizona. And any chance that Noah, and I don't know how to say Troya, I don't know how to say his name.
I don't know. Man,
the quarterback and the receiver, any chance that after a big time win, they're like, guys, we'll see you back in Arizona. We're taking the private jet.
Dude, so I went down to Arizona during my break, and I got to meet them. They're cool dudes, dude. Really cool dudes. I mean, I could see them doing that, dude. They're a duo together. Like, they're always together. I could definitely see them, like, we're heading downtown. We're making a trip to Vegas right fast. I could see it. I think they're just some vibing out, chill dudes. I can see them just saying, you know what? Let's go have some fun. Let's decompress a little bit. I can definitely see it. Hopefully they throw my boy Stu on the plane too.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, they line everybody up. They're like, everybody line up, and they pick. We only have 4 spots.
That'd be pretty sick, man.
Does Stu make the cut?
I hope so.
Stu is so nice that he would say, you know what, my mom's got some miles. I'm going to get this flight for free. I'm going to get this flight.
I'll meet you guys there, man.
I'll see you guys in Vegas. I'm still going to Vegas. Stu loves Vegas.
We love MVP, his mom. She's a great lady.
Yes. I mean, jet deals, they're wild. But what's more wild than that? Pete Carroll will be teaching a class at USC this upcoming spring. The subject matter of the class is yet to be discussed. But Pete Carroll is done coaching the Seahawks, and he is looking at beginning a teaching career at USC. This is the most random thing in the world. Like, what is he teaching?
I think it didn't really matter. I think this is just an easy gateway for USC football academics to be like, hey, guys, we're going to put you with one of our favorite teachers, Pete Carroll. Everybody's going to get an A. You don't even have to really show up to class. It's going to be a great time. That's what I think this is kind of heading. And really not even football, probably all athletics of USC. I don't think you'll probably get a few regular students in there, but the athletes are going to fill up that class very fast.
I mean, I would take that. I would, if I was a student at SC right now, first off, Dad would have called me about it. Second off, I'm definitely signing up like immediately. And I always held off signing up for classes. I know it's probably something you've never had to worry about. But us normal people, we had to, sign up for classes. That's how you graduate in 3 years. I would have definitely been on the website. I'm going to be Pete's #1 student. I sit in the front row. I do. I chew gum. I would be in the front row, khakis, tucked in, chewing gum every class.
Are you wearing the little turtleneck like he once did at USC? I feel like you got to. You got to.
Yeah. And I'm wearing Air Monarchs, like vintage Pete from like 2005, like back. And I won't even wear like the new khakis that they have these days that are like the stretch elastic. Stretchy, like, no, I want the thick.
Unbreathable.
Yeah. I want the collared shirt to go down to my, like forearm. That would look good.
You'd love that. He would love that for sure.
I would be Pete's favorite student. Like, I don't think he knows. I've been thinking about this, Junior, because now that like you realize once you finish college, you could do it whenever you want the rest of your life. Randomly. I could take a class. Do I take Pete's class?
I mean, if you could get in, dude.
Because I would have to get accepted. I would have to get accepted by the university. Damn.
I think you just walk into one of the lectures. I think
there's no way they stop you. Right?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
You're right.
Yeah. You walk in week 8, like there's going to be a few students there at the lecture. Like you're definitely getting in.
Damn. You're so right. Okay. Maybe I do this as a piece of content. All right. I'm going to make a mental note of this. Pete, dress up just like Pete Carroll.
Yeah. Dress up like Pete Carroll.
I could do a wig now too. I could do a legit like Pete Carroll wig.
Dude, do you remember that I dressed up like Pete Carroll for Halloween one year?
Yes.
Back
you
in
put
the Seahawks day.
You put like the white
powder hair.
Yeah. I do remember now. Oh my God. We recreated.
Wild.
Yeah, we'll recreate it.
You gotta recreate it. Got to.
Okay. The very last thing that I guess we can discuss. Well, I mean, we talked about Florida State earlier. Did you see the video of the Florida State player like staring down Georgia Tech as they were walking in?
Yeah, dude. He was a freshman too, man. Those videos are always tough, bro, because it looks good in the moment, and then you lose to Georgia Tech, and then it's just like, look at this clown.
He's in his socks. So even if things get down, like, and he's in all white tights and white socks on just the street, it's not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. If he gets into like a brawl, like he can't really do much. It's just not a good look, dude. They ended up losing the game. Now you're literally just made a meme for the rest of the year from that. There's going to be him standing on a poster board somewhere in a college stadium at the end before the season is over. Like, damn, that's tough. That's tough.
You're so right. When I saw that, my mind didn't go there, but you're so right, dude. These college kids are creative, and
they're gonna let them have it. They're gonna let them have it.
It's gonna be a long year for Lester, number 4, Lester. I think that's his last name, Lester. Every time I hear Lester, I just think of Lester from GTA.
For GTA, yeah. It's hard not to.
That's that. All right, dude. Well, I wish you the best of luck week 1. I will be at the game. I will be seeing you Wednesday night.
Sweet.
First time I've seen you in like 2.5 months.
That's wild. It's coming up quick.
It's going to be in legitimately like, this week's nuts. On Tuesday, Rachel, you could tell, is having on Matt Barnes.
What?
On the podcast. Yeah.
You got to bring up the Derek Fisher situation.
So, hold on. Fill me in on this again. Because D-Fish was fucking his girl.
Yeah. No. I think he was fucking...
Matt Barnes was fucking Derek Fisher's girl. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. Thank you for saying that. Because she's already had him on once. But I want because she's not afraid to ask tough questions.
No, I know. She kind of seems like one of those fierce. She's going to let you have it. She's going to make you feel the questions.
It doesn't get worse than what was written about her before. Like, she's like, I'll ask you whatever the hell I want to ask you.
Right.
So yeah, that's a cool thing going on. I just said that just because it's like a crazy stretch here. I mean, I got the NFL preview show tonight. Got to get everything ready to rock and roll before your game on Thursday. Any final notes that you want to leave the people out with? I'm Matt, Mr. George Carmona Jr.
I'm Carmona JR on Instagram, 2 R's at the end. College football's back, baby. The Hogs are back in action. It's going to be a great year. I'm excited, man. I'm very excited.
Woo pig.
Pig suey, baby.
Alrighty. See ya.
See ya, G.
Oh, shit!